when volatility is low and the VIX is low. And so because you have the highest chance for an up market and you have the cheapest price you're paying for the calls. So if you're going to be long calls, the perfect environment is right now, Tony.
What about managing a long call?
Well, that is the hardest thing in all of trading is managing a naked position. Managing a naked short is easy because you set your target because you have a maximum profit, right? So managing a naked short is why I like to be short options because it's easy to target at 50% of max profit. But managing a naked long is incredibly difficult. And I'll explain why. It's same for futures too, but managing a naked long call is because the statistical chance of making money on a long call is less than 50-50. So what happens is you're usually fighting to try to make back from like a prior trade or whatever it is. So that you have that in the back of your head. The other part about managing a naked call is you want on the one hand, you want the unlimited upside. That's why you bought a naked call. But on the other hand, you also need to make money because you have other losses. There's a lot of reasons, but you need to take a profit at some point. So where do you take the profit? I mean, there's lots of rules on this. I would say that the easiest rule to stick by is you go up to the expected move and you take a profit on a long call when it moves, and you're consistent with this. Either you're a half, 3/4, or you're a full expected move. Now, some people like half an expected move. Some people like 3/4 of an expected move. So half an expected move would be $2 and let's call it $2.30. A full expected move would be 460. So in between that, let's call it 360 or so would be 2/3 of an expected move or 3/4 of expected move. So I like people that target their exit area at X% of expected move. I think that gives you consistency. I don't know anybody else that ever talks about that. So I think that gives you consistency. It's a unique way of looking at profit targets because everybody always wants, hey, what's a good profit target? Well, if you buy calls at Morgan Stanley and it moves because you don't know when it's going to move and it moves $3, the stock moves $3, that might be the perfect exit point for wherever your calls are. You can't base it on the price of the calls. You have to base it on where the underlying moves to.